Good day, everyone. Today, we're taking a deep look at a powerful winter storm system that is unfolding across large parts of the United States. A storm that meteorologists say could have historic impacts, not only because of how much snow and ice it brings, but because of how many people it affects at the same time. This is not just another cold front or a routine snowfall. This is a multi-day, multi-state weather event, stretching from the southern plains all the way to the northeastern United States. Millions of Americans are preparing for hazardous travel, power outages, school closures, and dangerously cold temperatures, conditions that will reshape daily life for days to come. Let's break down what's happening, why this storm is so serious, and what it means for the people in its path. Cloud with snow, the scale of the storm. Why this one is different. Meteorologists are closely tracking a massive winter system that spans thousands of miles across the country. What makes this storm especially dangerous is its size, intensity, and variety of weather threats. In some regions, the storm is producing heavy snow, while in others, it's delivering freezing rain and ice, a combination that often leads to the most dangerous outcomes. Add in strong winds and plunging temperatures, and the result is a storm capable of crippling transportation systems and overwhelming local infrastructure. Unlike smaller winter storms that affect isolated areas, this system impacts multiple climate zones at once: the South, the Midwest, and the Northeast, each facing different but equally serious risks. Snowflake snowfall, from inches to feet. For many states, snow is the primary concern. Large portions of the Midwest and Northeast are bracing for significant snowfall, with forecasts calling for 6 inches to more than a foot of snow in some areas. In higher elevations and certain urban corridors, totals could climb even higher. Heavy snow doesn't just slow traffic, it halts it. Roads become impassable, emergency vehicles struggle to respond, and snow removal crews face non-stop operations just to keep highways open. In cities, snow accumulation also puts stress on buildings, public transportation systems, and airports. Rail lines can freeze, switches can jam, and even modern infrastructure can be pushed to its limits when snowfall is sustained over long periods. Ice cube ice, the silent and deadly threat. While snow grabs attention, ice is often the most dangerous part of a winter storm. In parts of the southern and southeastern United States, regions not accustomed to frequent winter weather, freezing rain is expected to coat roads, sidewalks, trees, and power lines with a thin but deadly layer of ice. Even a small amount of ice can turn highways into skating rinks, cause vehicles to lose control instantly, snap tree limbs, bring down power lines. Ice storms often lead to widespread power outages, sometimes lasting days, because utility crews can't safely access damaged areas until conditions improve. For residents in these regions, icy conditions can be especially disruptive because snowplows and salt supplies may be limited compared to northern states. Ice cube extreme cold follows behind. As if snow and ice weren't enough, brutally cold Arctic air is following closely behind the storm. Temperatures are expected to drop well below freezing in many regions, with wind chills making it feel even colder. In northern states, wind chills could reach levels where frostbite becomes a risk within minutes of exposure. Extreme cold increases heating demand, stressing power grids, freezes pipes and water systems, makes snow and ice linger longer on roads, poses serious health risks to the elderly, children, and unhoused populations. This prolonged cold means that even after snowfall ends, dangerous conditions remain. Airplane travel disruptions across the country. One of the clearest impacts of this storm is its effect on travel. Airlines across the United States have canceled thousands of flights, especially in major hubs located along the storm's path. Airports in the Midwest and Northeast are seeing delays, cancellations, and diversions as crews work to de-ice aircraft and clear runways. Road travel is also severely affected. Interstates are closing due to whiteout conditions. State officials are urging drivers to stay home. Commercial trucking routes are disrupted. For many travelers, this storm means missed connections, delayed shipments, and extended travel plans, reminders of how interconnected modern transportation systems are. Warning states of emergency and government response. In anticipation of worsening conditions, multiple states have declared states of emergency. These declarations allow governors to mobilize the National Guard, release emergency funding, activate disaster response systems, coordinate resources across agencies. Local governments are opening warming centers, staging emergency crews, and urging residents to prepare for possible outages and limited emergency response times. Officials emphasize one consistent message: avoid unnecessary travel and take the storm seriously. Family man, woman, girl, boy, daily life disrupted. Beyond the headlines, this storm is deeply affecting everyday life. Schools are closing or shifting to remote learning. Businesses are shutting down temporarily. Medical appointments are being postponed. Deliveries are delayed. Sporting events and public gatherings are canceled. For families, this means stocking up on food and essentials, checking heating systems, making sure elderly relatives are safe, preparing for the possibility of being indoors for extended periods. Winter storms remind people how quickly normal routines can be interrupted and how preparation can make all the difference. Glow showing Europe, Africa, why storms like this are so powerful. From a meteorological standpoint, this storm is fueled by a collision of air masses. Cold Arctic air plunging southward is interacting with warm, moisture-rich air from the Gulf of Mexico. When these two systems meet, they create ideal conditions for heavy precipitation and powerful winter storms. Scientists also point out that while no single storm can be blamed entirely on climate change, shifting climate patterns may be increasing the frequency of extreme and unpredictable weather events, including sudden temperature swings and intense storms like this one. Shield staying safe during the storm. As this storm continues, safety remains the top priority. Experts recommend staying informed through official weather updates, avoiding travel unless absolutely necessary, keeping emergency supplies on hand, dressing in layers to protect against extreme cold, checking on neighbors who may need assistance. Preparedness doesn't eliminate risk, but it dramatically reduces harm. Cloud with snow, final thoughts. This winter storm is a powerful reminder of nature's force and unpredictability. Stretching across vast portions of the United States, it brings snow, ice, cold, and disruption on a scale that affects millions of lives. As communities respond and recover,